Hi everyone, my name's Kate Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. Today I'm going to share with you how to create this Sweet Hauntings Halloween card. It uses a stamp set, of course, called Sweet Hauntings, which looks like this. And actually when I first looked at it, I thought, well, this is kind of one for tags where you would bundle things up and then you would attach these little tombstone-like tags. Now, I never thought of that tag as being a tombstone-like tag until I saw it on the Sweet Hauntings stamp set, but it's so cute. And I thought, well, this, it says a tasty treat for you to eat and brewing up something sweet. I thought, well, tags. Well, then I started looking at it and I saw all these little poison bottles and I thought there has to be a card hiding in this stamp set. And so this is the card I created from that stamp set. And I also used Stampin' Up's new designer series paper that coordinates with the Sweet Haunting stamp set. So here's a look at that. It kind of varies. There's cream and black, and then on the other side there's often orange. So we've got the little boos, the little ghosts, and then the dots, and then some spiders, and then of course some black and cream back here. And then stars and some triangles or diamond-shaped items, and then big dots, and then this is one of my favorites. It's these crows sitting on tombstones. Just the cutest. I mean, I never would have, I don't know, it just looks so cool. I don't know that I would have immediately associated it with tombstones until I looked closer. And here's another one that's a little tricky on the eyes. It's actually bats in this pattern, and I love that. I think that is so clever. And then these sort of look like half pumpkins. So you've got some neat Halloween things going on. But then of course there's parts of this designer series paper that they're not Halloweeny at all. Like these stars could be used in a really cool, well, even a Christmas card, because there's so many black featured in Christmas cards this year. And so anyway, this is the holiday paper that goes with it, called Happy Haunting. So before we get started, I really would like to show you the inside. Fabulous. And then I added the words "you are." I think that's a great inside for this card. And it comes from the stamp set that's a Hostess stamp set in the holiday catalog. And it is the 6 sayings stamp set. So there's sayings in here that could be used for anything from Valentine's Day, New Year, Christmas, Thanksgiving, another Christmas, and then of course Halloween. So a very versatile sentiment set. All right, so the first thing we're going to need is some basic black paper, and we're going to cut that at 4 1/4 by 11 inches and then score it along the long side at 5 1/2. And we're just going to take that, fold it in half, and then I found my bone folder. So now we're going to press that fold with the bone folder, and we are ready to start working with that. But actually for now we're going to set it aside because we also need to do some stamping. This is a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of very vanilla paper, and here's another one. So we're just going to use these two right here. And so let's go ahead and we're going to do some stamping. I've got all of those bottles of poison on my block eye, and I just lined them up so they looked fairly straight on the block. And I'm going to ink them up with my, I'll show it to you, new stamp pad from Stampin' Up. It's our archival Stampin' Pad in basic black. Now if you get this on your stamps and it bugs you because you can still see that it's black, you can use StazOn remover. I would not recommend this ink pad for photopolymer because it will be difficult to get the photopolymer clean again. In fact, you will never get it clean again because it's an archival ink, it's permanent. So we're just going to stamp all these bottles of poison down here at the bottom and give it a good little press, and there they are. So lovely. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to color this. So what I'm going to do is take my Tangelo Twist. I am forever having trouble saying that, but it's the Tangelo Twist marker that comes in the 2014-16 in colors. Sorry about that. I'm a little tongue-tied today. We just got back from a long vacation. We dropped our daughter off at college, and oh, it's so sad to see her go. We're officially empty nesters. Now I'm going to take the black Project Life. This is the thicker black one, and I'm just going to do some black lines in here too, because I'm going to just make this a little bit more like a tabletop. And you're just going to put a little bit of just kind of run it in through there so it looks all kind of like a tabletop would look. This is like the grains of the orange wood. There we go, keeping it nice and Halloween-y. So that is done, and you can see what it looks like up close. Now I'm going to do a little bit of coloring in my images. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll come back to the camera and show you what that looks like. And here it is, fully colored. I had to put my head down kind of close, so I couldn't actually color it on camera. I do wear bifocals, and it would be a little tricky for me to do that with it being so far away from my eyes when I'm filming a video. So here's what that looks like. I just colored very minimally, some of the bottle tops and then around the labels. Wasn't worried about making it perfect, just put a little color on there. Then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use this Happy Haunting Designer Series paper, and we're going to take that spider web piece. And I have a little strip of that spider web paper cut at 1/4 inch by 5 1/4. And then I also have some scrap, and I'm going to cut out a couple of the webs. So to do that, I'm just going to cut along just like this. See that little perfect web there? And I'm going to stick that up here in the corner. And you can also use these bigger webs too, so I'll just show you how I do that. So I'm just going to cut this web around just to show you that you can use other webs besides the real little ones. All right, so I think that looks good. So what I'm going to do is use a little bit of snail on the back of this, or actually up in the corner. And I'm just going to set this in here. And I'm not worried about it getting super flush up there because I'm going to be covering that with this strip. So then we're going to take this little web and we're going to put that up in this corner. And now we can take our strip, and then I'm going to use the silicone pad. I'm just going to run the snail along the back, and the reason I'm using the silicone pad is that way if I go off the edge, I don't get my work surface full of sticky stuff. So then I can line this up right here, just line that along, and then we'll trim our excess. So we've got to just flip it around, and we can just trim off this excess web. There we go. So that looks pretty good. But now to kind of highlight this so it shows up really nice against the black on the card, and to give it a little bit more of a fun Halloween feel, we're going to take the Tangelo Twist Stampin' ink pad, and then I've got a wedge of our Stampin' sponges, and I'm just going to sponge the edge all the way around. It adds a bright pop of color all the way around the card. There we go. So now we're going to take two pieces of scrap paper. I have Very Vanilla and Basic Black, and I'm going to stamp one of the tags with the Tangelo Twist. Oh my gosh, you guys must think I'm completely hopeless. Right, then we're gonna just cut out the sentiments. We're gonna cut out Halloween and the first Happy, and we're gonna make a little sign above our bottles of poison. Then we're gonna add a little bit of snail to the back of this, and we can just put it straight onto this black paper. And then again, using our scissors, we can just cut this out. And this is all done freehand because you don't want it to be perfect. You want it to look a little bit off. There we go. And now I'm going to take my Project Life pen again, the little bit thicker. I'm going to make a little, I think a little like nail hole, and then just bring some string up to it. Then we can add a dimensional to the back of this, like so, and put it on here on the wall, like this. And our card is done, and it looks pretty cute. So now we could add this to the front of our card base. So I'm going to flip this around and use a little bit of snail on the back. And the reason I'm using snail versus glue is I want this to, oh, it's a little hard for me to see black on black, but we'll see how we do here, is because I don't want the glue lines to show through, because they will on Whisper White and Very Vanilla. Maybe not right away, but after time. So here's the card completely done on the front. Now for the inside, we're going to take again another 4 by 5 1/4 inch panel of Very Vanilla. We are going to ink up the Fabulous, and I'm using the Archival Black ink again. And I'm just going to stamp this right up here. Then we can add You Are. Just handwrite that in. You are fabulous. I love it. Then we're going to take our Tangelo Twist. Did I say it right? I think I did. And we're going to emphasize the boo. And that is done. So now we're going to add this to the inside panel of our card. And we have a completed Halloween card. Now I kept this very, very flat. There's no embellishments on it, but it's very, very cute. And this would make a great card to send to all your grandkids or to nieces and nephews that live out of state. And it's just really, really nice. So, hope you have enjoyed this tutorial on making this Halloween card. And if you would like to place an order with me, if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, please visit my blog at www.stampingtoshare.com. I truly appreciate you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.